And I'm like, please say the right thing. Please give her something to hang on to.
On Friday night, I went live with Kody's nephew, Ben Brown. Ben grew up on the Wyoming ranch that Kody grew up on, but he refers to his own childhood as a lot more fundamental than even Kody's. He actually refers to Kody as his liberal progressive uncle. Ben has talked in the past about how tough Kody's father, Win, was, and Kody refers to his daddy issues many times on the show. Well, Ben has dropped some tea that made my jaw drop. Kody isn't the only one doing the legal marriage shuffle. Turns out he learned that trick from dear old dad. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. As we all know, because it was a main storyline on the show, Meri Brown selflessly suggested to a gobsmacked, totally surprised Kody and Robyn that she and Kody should get legally divorced so that Kody and Robyn could get legally married and Kody could then adopt Robyn's 3 oldest kids. There's a whole lot fucked up with that entire situation. I don't even know where to begin. It was messed up for Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna to lose legal ties to their biological father, and it was messed up for the OG3 because it upset the status quo with this paperwork shuffle. A lot of emphasis is made on downplaying the importance of a legal marriage in the Browns' polygamy circle.
A legal marriage we don't see any higher than a spiritual marriage.
It's kind of this unspoken understanding that if there is a legal wife, it's the first wife, and that doesn't really change. Legally divorcing when it's merely a paperwork shuffle is not a thing in polygamy, and Janelle was pissed when all of this went down.
So I'm not going to comment on it. That's all I'm going to say.
With the change in the status of the legal marriage, it's a change. That's simply it. It's a change. And it just worries me a little bit, just because I don't know what I'm in for.
I'm worried that somehow this will mean that you start favoring Robyn, or that the balance of...
Then I'm going to ride off with her into the sunset. I'm not going to leave. We're not riding off in the sunset.
I mean, she's completely right to not trust the story Kody and Robyn were presenting. And for all of the shit that has gone down between Janelle and Meri, and if you haven't read the book yet, there's a lot of bad blood there. Janelle was still certain that Meri would be fair and equitable should anything ever happen to Kody, and she did not have that same trust in Robyn. When I was talking to Ben on Friday, he revealed that Grandpa Win also did a bit of the legal marriage tango.
Although maybe she can. I actually don't know who Kody's legal wife was.
Now it's Robyn. As of 2014, I believe.
Did he divorce Meri and then marry Robyn?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah, his dad did that too.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, his dad was married to Grandpa Win was married to Grandma Janelle legally. And then they got legally divorced. And then he was legally married, I think, to Grandma Cheryl, to Janelle's mom.
Why?
That's like a whole thing to get into. We would need a whole episode to talk about that. But
well, because on the show, it's interesting that you just dropped that little bit of tea there. On the show, the purpose for them to do this paperwork shuffle, which is what they called it, was because Robyn has the 3 kids from a previous marriage, and Kody legally adopted them. And in order to do that, it would be far easier if they were legally married. So this was really a sacrifice that Meri made.
Yeah.
That's how it's presented to us on the show. It's so interesting that so much of Kody's life,
patterns upon patterns upon patterns, right?
Yeah.
We just repeat what either you tune in to the patterns that have been programmed into you, and you do the work of intentionally noticing what they are and then consciously choosing new things, or you just do the same thing.
This clip has made it to Reddit, and I've seen it talked about in my own Facebook group. Kody's dad had 3 wives. One of his wives did not appear on the show. Some people in my Facebook group are into genealogy, and they actually located marriage records for Wynn. And it appears that he was legally married to his second wife as far as public record. I'm not sure if he ever legally married Cheryl. Maybe he did. Maybe Ben has the wives mixed up. That's entirely possible. In polygamy and in the Brown family, there's a lot of family members to keep track of. But the bombshell revelation is piping hot tea all the same. Wynn Brown was in the habit of legally divorcing his wives too. And this precedent puts so much into context. When Kody and the wives take us to the family ranch in season 2, we see that Wynn's wives all had separate houses on the property. Kind of like what Kody was proposing for Coyote Pass after the one house idea was shot down by literally everyone except Janelle. Ben Brown has stated that you knew who Grandpa Wynn's favorite wife was because that's whose house he stored his John Wayne movies at. It was the house he spent all of his time at. Check out this comment from Kody's mom about when Cheryl, who's Janelle's mom, joined the family.
Janelle's mom met my dad and they fell in love, and they got married about 3 months before Janelle and I got married.
When Cheryl came into the family, I had a difficult time because I was jealous. She was beautiful, she was educated, she just was vibrant, and I took care of kids and she took care of Wynn. So it was a difficult thing for me for quite a while.
Janelle tells us she took care of the kids and Cheryl took care of Wynn. So Janelle got dumped. This is all kinds of fucked up, and this is exactly what Kody did to Mary, only Kody's mom had more kids. Janelle and Wynn had 10 kids together. Cheryl had her own kids, including Janelle, but she and Wynn didn't have kids together. So Janelle gets left with all of the kids so Wynn can go off with Cheryl, and Wynn justifies this by telling himself he's a good guy because Janelle has a house on the property that he never goes to. Makes you think of that barn dominium suggestion in a whole new light, doesn't it?
I have an idea that might be really functional. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it? No, I want to build a barn dominium out there. I want a place to put my car. I want a place to put my stuff. A metal building that goes up fast, lickety split, and you could live in that loft.
Kody was trying to do exactly what his dad did to his mom, to Mary. And he expected to be regarded as a great dude because, hey, look, Mary, you still get to call Kody your husband. It's clear Wynn never spent any time at Janelle's after he married Cheryl, and Kody never spent any time at Mary's, and he never intended to. The barn dominium was absolutely going to be storage for all of Kody's things that he didn't really use, including wives. Cheryl was the love of Wynn's wife, and this made Kody reflect on not having enough time with your soulmate when his dad passed away.
It was instantaneous. The two of them were like love at first sight. And then 4 months later, Janelle and I got married.
You know, my mom had 50 years with my dad and Cheryl only had 20. You know, you find the love of your life later on in your years, you really kind of want to get greedy for that time. You want more of that time together.
Looks like Kody and Robin got a whole lot more greedy for their time together, which would have been great, good for you, if it didn't come at the expense of all of these other people's time as a family with Kody. Kody abandoned his first 3 wives and the kids he had with them because he was greedy for more time with Robin, just like his dad did in order to spend time with Cheryl. One of the things I asked Ben about on Friday is something that Kody talks about in that ranch episode from season 2. And it's this notion that these men, they're just lovesick dopes who are just following the orders of their bossy wives into polygamy.
My mother developed a belief in the polygamist lifestyle long before she ever entered into it. So I think my mom was a total force behind my dad coming into the polygamist lifestyle.
Ben confirmed to me that this is all just a bunch of malarkey. And I'll tell you what happened. It's the 70s. Janelle has 10 kids. Her husband is starting to step out on her, and she doesn't know what the fuck she's going to do as a single mom. Divorce is a scary thought, so might as well embrace this thing called polygamy so she could still partake in family resources without being left completely destitute. I get it. It worked a little differently with Kody and Robin because they were the ones sucking resources from the rest of the wives in the family. They weren't taking care of anyone. Ben says the whole situation surrounding Wynn's legal divorce could be its own episode. And I hope Ben spills more of that tea. Why on earth would Wynn need to legally marry any of his other wives? I am so curious. He entered polygamy later in life. Cheryl was 48 with adult children when she married Wynn. I'm not sure what the deal was with that second wife. And I'm not sure if Wynn only legally married that second wife or if he at some point legally married all of them. But it doesn't really matter because the legal marriages should have never mattered, right? And yet somehow they did. Interesting how history just keeps repeating itself with Kody. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills. A link for that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and X at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.